It is that time of the month again, November's Plan With Me. So if you are new here, hello, my name is Cassandra and I create videos on productivity, self-love, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. And these are monthly Plan With Me videos where we review last month's goals and then also plan the next month's goals together. In today's video, we'll be reviewing my overarching November goals and October goals in my Notion, reviewing my bullet journal October spread and what my November spread or cover page looks like. And then we are switching things up and I'm gonna set up my November dashboard with you all so that y'all can see what I'm tracking and how I'm doing it. I'm really excited to dive into this because, as you will see as we're going through October's review, I had some really good momentum this past month that I am very excited to take into November and end the year strong. So grab your bullet journals, and if you haven't already, you can download my free Notion goal planning template. It is in the video description box, and let's get into it. All right, y'all, let's go into my Notion and review October's overarching big picture goals. Let me share my screen with you all. Here we are. So here is my Q4 October to December goal planning Notion dashboard. Again, if you want to, or if you like this dashboard and you want to use it for yourself, then I have included the link to duplicate it or download it, whatever it is, copy it to your own Notion dashboard in the video description box. So let me scroll down. Here are my October goals. The three main goals that we had for October were to get a job, pass my theory exam for driving, and to launch Un Café y Sol. So lots going on here. These are like some really big things, and I feel like I've been working on them gradually throughout the whole year. So let's just get into the first one, which is to get a job. So the why behind this goal is I need to bring in a stable income so that I have the funds to pay for everything in my life, save for a house, and be able to do things. How this helps my life is that it will give me stability, financial security, and allow me to invest money into creative projects without feeling the financial strain or stress of trying to always find new clients. It also gives me breathing room to explore new opportunities without just kind of like winging it. I think I was a little bit what is the word? Hopeful that I would get a job immediately after starting to apply for a job, but honestly, that did not happen. So I did research on LinkedIn, the job market. I actually used AI to kind of do that as well. I reached out to past clients for a new service or a referral that I put together. I also updated my resume and also used AI for that. If you all are interested, I am working on putting together a job hunting journey series to talk about my whole entire process and get deeper into all of that, because I feel like these Plan With Me videos, there's just not enough time to go through all of it. So I'm working on a video for that. Make sure you are subscribed so that you can get the notification when the video goes out. I also updated my LinkedIn to reflect the next stage of my career, and I also applied to jobs. So I've been applying to a range of jobs from freelance, contractor jobs, part-time jobs, and full-time jobs. I think so far I have applied to either 10, maybe 12 roles now. I've only heard back from one so far. And I don't even have the interview until later on in November. So there's that. I didn't actually make a post on LinkedIn that I'm actively looking for a role. So I didn't put myself with that little LinkedIn badge that says open to work. Mainly because I still have clients with the Quirky Pineapple Studio. So I didn't want to confuse people and, potentially have my clients kind of reach out and be like, what the heck is going on? But that's okay, because I've just been applying and I've kind of been talking to friends and people within my network to see if they can recommend me for things or refer me, which is kind of the back end way of doing things instead of what I am usually doing, which is kind of putting everything out in the open. I'm kind of doing this a little bit slower, especially because I'm looking for really specific roles. So that is that. I think this is pretty good. I did everything in my get a job, except for getting the job, but I prepared for myself to get a job, so that's good. All right, the next one is to pass my theory driving exam. If you have been part of this channel for a while, then I think every month I say I'm going to pass this driving exam, and every month I move it along. So this is my Spanish driver's license exam. I have my United States license. I don't have a license yet for Spain, and I need one, especially because I only know how to drive automatic cars. I don't know how to drive stick, so we gotta work on that. The why behind my goal is I really want to get my driver's license in Spain so I can legally drive in the country and feel confident doing so. And it helps me by giving me independence, and I don't have to rely so much on my partner. And I think it also takes the like emotional, mental labor off of him, because he's really kind of always thinking about, oh, do I need to drop Cassandra off? Do I need to pick her up? Is there anything I can do? And I think this will just help both of us and will take that strain off of our relationship. It's not like it's bad, but I do know there are like certain moments where I'm thinking, oh, if Mario gets sick, like I literally cannot drive him to the hospital. We would have to take like a taxi or something. And if he leaves for work or something like that, and like the car is just here, I want to be able to actually have the freedom and the ability to take the car and go anywhere instead of kind of like relying on public transport or feeling like I am isolated and stuck somewhere. Clearly, I've been talking about this a lot with my therapist and journaling on this because those were all my stuff. So action steps were to study 3 to 5 exams daily. I've been doing really well with that. I am supposed to enroll in the autoescuela, so by the time I'm recording this, I have not enrolled, but actually tomorrow, I am heading into the autoescuela to enroll in the classes and make sure that I can take the theory exam. And I said here to take the theory exam by the end of October. That's not happening, y'all. So I will be moving that into November and be taking the theory exam before the end of November. I feel very confident that I can do it. Like, I think at the beginning of the year, I was like really hopeful, wishful thinking, but y'all, I have been doing really well with my tests. I've only been getting like 0 to 3 mistakes, which is still within like the passing. So that is really good. All right, so that's a theory exam for driving. The next one is to launch Un Café y Sol. So if you are new here, you have no idea what Un Café y Sol is. It is a stationery shop that I am opening up with my co-founder Camila, and we are in the process of launching it. So the why behind my goal is I want to launch before the holidays so people can purchase gifts from our store, and I want to test out our first drop and get feedback from our clientele. How this helps my life, it is a creative project that I love and I'm so excited to work on. This helps to create a separate income stream for myself outside of the Quirky Pineapple Studio, and the goal is to transition into Un Café y Sol as the main income generator for my life. So we have done a lot of, we've made a lot of progress so far in October. We registered the business with the accountant, so taxes are good. We checked the taxes to make sure that they're good. Honestly, y'all, I'm working on another separate vlog for this because the logistics for setting up a product-based business, they're intense. It's a lot. We decided on the shipping details. That also was like a whole other thing in and of itself, like figuring out shipping costs and like registering for a shipping thing is intense. We ordered the products, so products have been ordered. We are just waiting for them to arrive to the house. And then we need to figure out the packaging and shipping materials and buy a printer so I can print them. And then it is lunchtime, baby. So I think we will have the store launched and ready to go. My hope, and I hope Camila, if you're watching this, our hope is to hopefully do it before I leave for the United States. So that means by beginning mid-November so that folks can shop, and then we'll open it again in December, potentially with like a new selection of products. I'm really excited for y'all to see some of the products that we have chosen. We've curated some really amazing things and from really like great small business brands. So y'all, it is so exciting. If you want to follow along and see when the shop launches, again, follow us on Instagram at shop.uncafeysol. All right, so again, I think my October was really fabulous and I had some really awesome momentum. So let's see what I have got for November and how I'm taking this energy into my 3 big picture goals for the following month. As in this month, November. This month, y'all, this month. November. Now let's jump into my November goals. These are my overarching November goals in Notion. Let me share my screen with you all again. And here we are. Okay, so I feel really good about all of these goals. I feel like they are all very, very plausible. I feel like I have a good plan for them. You all will see that in my Notion. So the first goal is, again, to pass my theory exam. So I'm not gonna go through this one because we already talked about it in October, but same why, same how this helps my life. I will be enrolling in the Autoescuela tomorrow, so that's very exciting, and I will be taking the theory exam before flying to the USA. So once I take the theory exam and pass, then I can actually enroll in basically driver's ed. So I will be going like actually in a car and kind of learning how to drive stick shift. I think this is the one that like freaks me out the most, because although I have received like Spanish proficiency and am considered bilingual, it's one thing to like, you know, have a conversation in Spanish or like, you know, live your life in Spanish, but it's another thing to learn how to drive like a car and then receive instructions in Spanish while also figuring out how to do like the clutch and like changing gears. So that's like my biggest fear, but one step at a time. The first thing that I just need to do is to pass the theory exam so that I can actually enroll in driving school. And then I am on my way to actually getting my driver's license. Hallelujah. So that's my first goal. The second goal is to launch my personal website and newsletter. So if you have been here for a while, then you know that I've been working on my personal website mostly for the whole year. And the goal is to have a personal website alongside the Quirky Pineapple Studios website. So I've been working on that. The why behind my goal is that I want to use this website for pitching and growing my online presence as a founder and visionary. I don't really want to, especially if I'm applying for jobs and they're like asking for a digital portfolio, I don't really want to send them to the Quirky Pineapple Studio, because I feel like that can get really confusing for people when I'm sending them like an actual business website. So I want to have my own personal website that just kind of shares like all of the projects that I have and all of the experiences that I bring to the table. The how this helps my life is to position myself as a marketing consultant, creator, and speaker. So the launch date I wrote here is to launch it Friday, November 1st. That's funny because this video is going out Saturday, November 2nd. So that didn't happen. I'm gonna actually change this. I think the new date I'm going to launch this is, I believe it was Thursday, November 7th. Since I know Tuesday, November 5th is the elections in the United States, then depending on how the election goes, I don't know if anybody really wants to do anything on Wednesday the 6th, so I'm kind of just giving a breather and giving myself some time to do that. So I kind of cheated and I already did this before. Like I just did this week. So I added in the remaining pages. I added in a privacy policy and terms and conditions because that's important. We need that for all websites for legal purposes. I added in the Un Café Sol website, put in a drop-down menu for my services, edited the references to marketing support, and then today I actually worked on a whole entire launch plan to share about the website. And I'm also working on a separate video on how to make your own website if you are interested in building your own. So I've built this website by myself. I started the Quirky Pineapple Studio and I've worked on other websites. So there will be a video about that as well. It's gonna be a totally separate thing. So look for that because that's also the launch video for my personal website. So I'm very, very excited. And then the last goal I have for November is to reach 1,000 subscribers. Right now, at the time of recording this video, we are at 453. Yay! I know it's a little bit of a stretch to reach 1,000 subscribers, but I'm working really hard on like very specific videos and less kind of like vloggy style, but more actually like giving value and walking you all through like specific processes that I'm doing for like the stationery shop, updating my resume, putting together a website, things like that, things that like can actually bring value to folks. So I'm hoping with that strategy, it can get me to 1,000 subscribers, which would be amazing. And that can also help me to get monetized by YouTube and hopefully help with bringing in a little bit of affiliate income, which I'm very excited about. So the why behind my goal, it's moving me away from the Quirky Pineapple Studio and opens up the opportunity to make money as a creator. I really want my YouTube channel to be my main marketing platform that brings people in to work with me, and it helps me to monetize in different ways. How this helps my life: it creates other opportunities for making money, being able to fund my life, making enough money for savings to buy a house, doing all the things that I love, and showing up for people. Really, I don't need to be rich. It's not like I'm negating it, but don't need it. But I really do want to be financially independent and abundant. So these are just some of the things that I wrote down for me to do. This is kind of more like less action steps and actually just like a little bit of a content plan. So I have holiday affiliate videos that I want to script and record. So I have a couple of videos already planned for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, sharing some of the programs and products that I have purchased and I'm part of that I think you all would also really enjoy and also help you. I am creating a job hunting journey video series. The first one, I have already scripted the resume and LinkedIn, and then we are going to be working on episodes 2 and 3. And then if you all joined the Marketing Reset Challenge in September, then I am actually planning a whole new challenge to go live in December called the End of Year Challenge. So I'm gonna be working on the videos, kind of like the video plan. I need to figure out what the videos are going to be about, not just the process of the videos, but also the sequence of the videos, what the content is going to be. Then I need to script it, record it, and hopefully that will also be another launch into our quarterly marketing support group program called Surge. So if you joined the challenge last time, then you know what it is. If you didn't join it, then you might not know. But I'm really excited. Also, if you all did take part of the Marketing Reset Challenge last time, let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like to see for this end of year YouTube challenge. I kind of want to make it marketing tailored, but really since it's the end of the year, I kind of want to make it like semi-business, semi-personal, really for folks who have or want to have a creative project that they potentially want to launch in the new year, and I want to be able to create a challenge that kind of gives you the momentum to do that. So if you have any ideas or things that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments so that I can like build it in and take in your feedback, because I love getting feedback from folks and I really want to incorporate things that will really bring you all value. I don't want to just like be creating to create. Like I can do that in my journal. I don't need to do that for YouTube because I want to be able to provide like helpful things for you all. All right, and that is it for my November big picture goals. I feel like these are some really tangible things, and also I feel like I have so much good momentum to tackle them that like I feel really excited. Even though the job front is a little slow, I'm just trying to use like this time to my advantage and really just dive deep into like my creative projects and like side quests. So yeah, all right, let's go into my bullet journal now, and we will be reviewing my October bullet journal together. Okay, we are not in my usual spot where I record the bullet journal portion of these videos, but we are still in my office. My partner is also on meetings, so I figured maybe recording in the common space probably won't be the best idea when both of us need to be talking out loud, especially if he's gonna be talking. I don't want that to be in the video, so we're doing this here. Anyways, so here is my October bullet journal spread. Here is the cover page and my October dashboard. I really loved my October cover page, mainly because I got to use like these stickers that I bought a long time ago. like this ginkgo one, these mushrooms, this washi tape, and these cute flowers and these mushrooms. So I finally got the chance to use them, and I am really trying hard not to be a sticker hoarder anymore. So I'm glad that I was able to put them to good use, and they just look fabulous. All right, so going into my dashboard, I am really proud of my dashboard this month, mainly because, let me flip to September. If you all were here for my September plan with me, this is what my habit tracker looked like in September. Not very good. But my habit tracker for October looks like this. And that is so much better. So my October top 3 were things like my driver's license, jobs and contracts, running and movement. Books to read were Fiebre Tropical and La Ciudad de las Bestias, these 2 Spanish books that I have had on my Kindle for a while. My daily habit trackers were the driver's license, studying, running and movement, and reading. And then my little quote at the top, if you've read the book, Who Moved My Cheese? My therapist actually recommended it to me. I read it in like a night. It was a very short book and also very easy to read. It's about finding my cheese. So I want to find my cheese again, and finding it, this is what I wrote to myself, is not a sign of failure. It is really about caring for myself. So if you haven't read that book, Who Moved My Cheese, I highly recommend it. It is kind of a little cliche, but also like filled with a lot of really great reminders. Then I have my master joy list and my important dates. So let's just go into my daily habit trackers, because I am so proud of myself and I want to share that feeling of pride with you all. So here is my driver's license one. This is pretty good. I am really happy with the progress that I made with studying. I've taken 3 tests almost every day, and I kind of habit stacked it. So once I have lunch, then I will kind of like clean up after lunch, and then I go to the couch, kind of chill, scroll on TikTok for about 30 minutes, and then I give myself time to study afterwards. And I feel like that habit has really helped. One, because it kind of like gives me time to just scroll on social media and, you know, check out for a little bit. And then after my 30 minutes, which I'm pretty diligent about, I'll stop TikTok, and then I open up my tablet and start studying for the tests. So in here, you don't see it, but not only have I studied almost every day for driver's license exam, I have also been passing majority of the tests. So I mentioned this earlier in the Notion portion of this video, but I've either gotten like 0 errors or max 3, sometimes 4, and that has stayed consistent throughout all of the month, which means I think I am almost ready to take this exam, which is very exciting. My running and movement, you all can see it, also very good. I told myself that I would run 3 times a week. I haven't actually ran 3 times a week, but I have been running more. I even bought an SPI belt thanks to the people on my Instagram for recommending it. I got it secondhand, and I've actually been going out and running with Mario as well. I didn't know this, but Mario used to be like a long distance runner. Like he used to run a lot, and also for like 13 plus kilometers. I'm happy if I get to like 2 or 3, but I did sign up for a turkey trot in the United States when I go to visit my family, and that is a 6-kilometer long race the morning of Thanksgiving. So I'm really kind of training for that. My goal, I don't care if I run very slowly, and I know I will finish the race. I think the only thing that is like my goal for that race is that I can actually run the entire 6 kilometers and not walk. So that's what I'm building up to, which is mostly just like stamina. And I'm really trying to like train, I guess, my lung capacity, because I've noticed that when I run, I feel like my breath is so shallow. So I'm trying to train it as well, and kind of figure out, okay, what can I do to maintain a steady pace and continue running? So it's been going well. I like running. I didn't think I would say that, but honestly, when I don't run, I feel like my body's craving it. That's wild. And I used to like despise running. But I think I had some like post-traumatic stress disorder-ish from when I was in PE in middle school, when we had to do like the physical aptitude tests. I always felt so, I don't know, bad about those. I don't know if you all had to take like those PE physical aptitude tests. I forgot what they're called, like the presidential satisfactory stuff, when you have to run a mile in under an like X amount of minutes. You have to do like a certain amount of push-ups, maybe pull-ups, stretches, things like that. That stuff. And like, so I'm kind of like rewriting my story with running, and I'm actually finding that I really do enjoy it. And it is a really great way for me to kind of like keep my mind in blank, because when I'm working online, I'm kind of like inundated all the time with like stimuli. And when I'm running, all I am thinking about is one foot in front of the other. So I'm very proud of myself. And then the days that I haven't gone running, I have been doing yoga sequences. I've also been doing a little bit of strength training and stretching. So yay to me. Look at you. Look at that, y'all. That is almost all red. And then the last habit tracker that I have is reading. So I was doing really well with reading. I actually bought a new book. I didn't read Fiebre Tropical. I don't usually do this, but I think I'm going to not finish that book. I don't know, it's really hard to get into and I'm not enjoying it. I started La Ciudad de las Bestias again, and that one is an easier read and I love the storytelling, so I think I will continue to read that one. I bought this book secondhand. It's called El Alquimista, which in English I think is just The Alchemist. If you have read this book, let me know in the comments, but it was my first time reading this. I read it in Spanish. It's actually a pretty easy read. I gave my review of it on Instagram 3.5 stars, mainly because I think this book is a little bit cliche. It has like some very like life advice type like pieces in here, like stories. Some of the storytelling is a little interesting, but it was kind of like a nice reminder for me, especially in the stage and season of life that I am in. So if you haven't read it, I think it's a good book. I think it's a good book if you are in a season of change and that you just kind of want like little reminders that things will be okay. It's not very hard to read if you want to read it in Spanish. And I suppose if you read it in English, it's also not very hard to read. But this is the book that I read in October. And what I'm also really excited about that I ordered off of this app called Vinted, which is kind of like a secondhand app here in Europe, is the entire Harry Potter collection, all 7 books. So I don't think I've ever read Harry Potter. I think I only read book number 1 when I was 13 years old, and I was talking to a couple of friends and they were just like, oh my gosh, Harry Potter is so good. It's not just about like the Potter fans or the Potter world. This like whole series is about friendship and just love in a different way. And I was like, oh, okay. And I don't really want to read any more like self-help books or professional development books or personal development books. I really want to get lost in like a really good novel. I tried reading smut. Smut sometimes gives me anxiety, I think. Sometimes when it's like too slow of a burn, I'm like, so I cannot do it. So I am starting Harry Potter at the age of 32. I don't even think I've seen all of the movies, so I really don't know much, and whatever movies I have seen, I have probably forgotten the entire plot. Don't really remember what happens. I only remember like bits and pieces and like some of the characters, maybe like the main ones. But I'm excited to start the entire Harry Potter series. If you have read Harry Potter, no spoilers please, but let me know what your favorite thing about the series is, what your favorite thing about like the Potter world is, because I just got a notification that my books are on the way. So I am hoping to read them throughout November, take them with me to the United States, and kind of just like record my reaction as a 30+ year old reading Harry Potter for the first time. So So that's very exciting. Other than that, I would say October has been fabulous. It has now just started getting colder here in Toledo. I have actually started ceramics classes, so I've already made a plate and a cute little like painting cup for when I am water painting. Is it water painting? Water painting? Acuarela in Spanish? Watercolor painting, that's what it is. So I made those two. I still need to decorate the little mug, cup, don't know what it's called. And then I am going to be working on some Christmas presents for my sisters next that I'm really excited about. So yeah, October has just been really good for me. And also I have learned that because it has been so good and I've been able to meet with friends, go out and all of that stuff, I need some cash flow. So we're working on that as well. Okay, so that's it for October's bullet journal. Let's get into November's bullet journal, and we're gonna do this a little bit differently. I actually have not set up my like full November dashboard yet. So I'm just going to do like a little overhead. We will set this up together and we'll just be chatting while we set up my November dashboard and just talk about what I've got planned for November, what I'm tracking, and everything that I am excited about. Okay, switching views, and now you won't see me, but you'll hear my voice, and you will get to see my bullet journal as we set up this dashboard together. Okay. Hello, and here is the reveal of my November bullet journal cover. It is a coffee shop theme, kind of alluding to opening up Un Café y Sol. So I found some inspiration on Pinterest and I really love how it turned out. So now we're going to work on my November dashboard. This is the same dashboard as I have been making really for the past couple months. So we're just gonna set this up with stickers and kind of like putting the placement for everything. For November, I'm really focused on the 3 main goals that I shared about in my Notion. I want to get my driver's license. I want to continue building up on the habits that I have and making sure that I'm really just kind of like supporting myself in what I want to achieve. I don't want to fall behind on things and kind of get distracted, because I feel like this past year I've gotten quite distracted. So here's a little sticker that says no olvidar, which means in English, don't forget. This is going to be my little quote section as like a reminder for myself for the month. And then the next part, we are going to set up our master joy list. So I noticed that when I don't put things down that are related to like joy or pleasure, then I kind of just get caught up in doing all work things. So we want to make sure that, you know, I am intentional about setting some time aside for joy. And then the last section in my November dashboard is always the important dates. We have a couple things coming up in November. For example, my trip to the United States. I have some friends' birthdays, and yeah, that should be it. Now we are drawing out my habit tracker. So I used to track like 6 to 8 habits a month when I first started bullet journaling, and then I realized that's a lot of things to track per month, and I think it was just overwhelming. So now I'm only tracking 3 habits a month. I realized that I totally did not measure out the spacing right, so we don't have enough space for all 30 days in November for my 3rd habit tracker. So I'm just gonna draw out I guess 24 days, and then we are going to figure out how to track the rest. Maybe I might track in some of the like empty space that we have in my November dashboard, but it's okay. So now we are going in to label each of the sections. The top section is my November top 3. Then we have books to read, my daily habit tracker. We have the master joy list. And then it is the important dates. And voila! here we have it. Here's my November cover page and my November dashboard. I still have to fill in all of these things, but I feel like that's kind of personal, so I'm gonna do that off camera, and that's what everything looks like. I know most folks actually use the last 3 months of the year to slow down, to rest, and kind of just go into hibernation mode, especially as the holidays are approaching. But since my year did not go as planned, and the past really 10 months I have been in my accidental sabbatical adult gap year, I'm gonna use the last 3 months of this year, so October, November, and December, as sort of like my sprint months. October was a really great month for me in terms of getting things done personally and professionally, getting out of the house, which has really solidified the fact that your girl needs a job, and also staying on top of my habits. I am excited to use all of that momentum and bring it into November because we've got some really exciting things coming up, like the launch of the stationery shop, Un Café Sol. So if you are not following us on Instagram already, you make sure to do that. It is at shop.uncafeisol, and the website will be going live very soon. And also there will be a vlog all about how we set that up. I am also going to be enrolling in driving school. Actually, after this video or tomorrow, I am walking to driving school and enrolling and taking the test before the end of the month in November. And also, I am flying over to the United States to spend 2 weeks with my family before the end of the year. What are some of your goals that you are excited about in November? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your theme is for your bullet journal as well. I am always curious to see what other people are doing in their bullet journals, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay fierce, fam, and ciao!